Hey, I'm Mark Andres, and this is the swimming pool at Eastern Arizona College. We're going to take a look at the mechanical room that feeds this swimming pool. I want my students to draw out some P&IDs for everything that's in this room. So right here we have some pipe that comes up from the ground. On a P&ID, they need to say what size pipe it is. They need to put everything in the proper order. So after the pipe comes into this room, it goes to this valve. That looks like it's a butterfly valve to me. So it goes up to a butterfly valve. It's a flange butterfly valve. Then it comes around, it goes into a T. This T looks like it's more bigger than that pipe. So they're gonna have to write this transition to where that goes to bigger pipe. So this T will be sized according to that. Then it looks like it's flanged and it goes into a strainer. Is that a trick? Yeah, it says strain. Star, right? Okay. It goes into that strainer. And this way, it looks like it comes back out and it goes through this other butterfly valve back down into the ground. It would be my guess that either one of these is feeding that, not that it comes from the one and goes to the other. And then both of these are like the suction goes through this strainer. Looks like it's also kind of got a T that goes to this hose right here that they go to a spray nozzle, some black hose. Goes to that spray nozzle, okay? Looks like it comes out of the strainer. Strainer has another flange on it. It goes to this pump skid. That's what they call it when the pump, the motor and the pump housing and everything are all on one skid. That's a pump skid. Comes off of that. We're going to have information about this pump. Might want to take a look at this here label. Okay, comes off of that with a flange. Looks like it goes through another reducer, which is bringing it back up to this larger pipe size. Goes to another flanged butterfly valve. I don't care if they draw these dumb 90s and stuff. That doesn't matter. The supports don't matter. I just need to have it. So they can draw 90s and stuff on their drawings, but those don't matter as far as the P&ID. Gonna have to take care of this power that's coming to this motor. We're gonna see where it comes from. It looks like it comes in this rusty conduit that goes up into the void of nowhere. I don't think we need to do that out. So yeah. Anyway, so this pipe continues around the room. It has something right there. That is a mechanical flow meter. I want them to figure out what kind of mechanical flow meter that is. Then it comes around here, it goes to another T. It has a couple of butterfly valves. I particularly like this valve handle on this one here. That looks top tier. And then we have this other line that comes down here. This top one looks like it has a T that goes over and down. This bottom one also has a T. Flanged. What is this great big freaking thing? It looks like it's got a little entryway. Definitely if you're gonna go in there, you're gonna have some kind of a hole watch and stuff. Probably have to do some stuff. So this is gonna be this filter for this pool, okay? That's gonna be the filter. So we're gonna draw all of that on there. What do you think this is? It looks like two pressure gauges. So it's gonna tell us the water pressure, but these pressure gauges are getting their information through these hoses that go to those two T's. I'm gonna be willing to bet that this is telling us the pressure drop inside of this water filter, okay? So once this pressure differential starts to get pretty high, they're probably gonna wanna rinse this sucker out, okay? And then they just backflush that. This here piece of pipe is clear. That's neat, probably so that they can see it as it comes out. Don't forget about this reducer. Then it goes into a T. This looks like this is just capped off so that they could go up there. Looks like a sample port. This is a ball valve. This is a reducer here, goes into this T. This is 2 inches here, it looks like, going into a reducer. Looks like it's 1/2 inch on the top and 3/4 on the bottom. So this here just goes to outside or something. So this is probably just a drain, and they probably usually don't have anything going into this. Looks like there's a little water heater right there, probably for the bathrooms. That's probably not something that we have to worry about. And we're gonna keep track of where this pipe goes back, down there, through the thing in the pool. Looks like this is the pipe coming out, and it's fixing to go back to the pool. I'm gonna follow it out a little better. Looks like it has some kind of a vent. No, that's where it feeds the water that goes into this boiler. And I can feel the heat coming off of this boiler, so it's on. Apparently the water in that pool is kind of cool. We have, this is a flow switch. Want to have a flow switch so we know that we should shut off that boiler if the water flow stops going through this. So it goes through a flow switch. This is a vane type. Actually, Jim showed me the vanes. You can choose one of the vanes that go in there. This vane just sits in the water flow, and it deflects and makes that flow switch just go click. And so it can make sure that it's got water flow before this will turn on. I got a real kick out of this. So this is a thermal well, so that I can take this temperature probe out and put it back in without shutting down the whole system. But this isn't even like glued in there. This is just kind of stuck in place, kind of really cool. So it has some apparatus here. Make sure you check all this stuff out. These look like solenoid valves, another ball valve. This is the gas line. The gas line, this is what's feeding all the gas, the natural gas, to this boiler. We're gonna wanna make sure that we take care of that. There's a ball valve there. Oh yeah. So we've got all of this covered. This is gonna be neat. Now I'm gonna go around the back side of this filtration system and take a look at this. The stuff that we didn't see before. Comes around there. This is where it comes, goes back into this line, it looks like, from the boiler. And then it's got one of these. I'm gonna say WTF. That's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is this thing. And how does it work? I want you guys to cipher that out. Then we have some other systems. It looks like we have a little ball valve that goes to a blue hose. Goes to this thing. We have flow going through this. This is the system that's making sure that we have the right pH, which is the acidity, alkalinity of the water. And this is an ORP. ORP stands for oxygen reducing potential. So this is the amount of conductivity of that. Typically they'll have those in power plants to make sure that the water is clean. I don't know exactly what the purpose is for this one, but that's measured off of these two probes that stick inside of this little manifold. Here's a little flow meter saying, hey, I'm moving. Ha! Really cool. And it looks like it has a drain. So this goes, it does its stuff. It doses back into the system. Okay, oh, it's probably coming out of that and then going out the other way. All right, pretty neat stuff. Looks like we have some dosing pumps. So this is a little hose pump, kind of like they use on IVs nowadays. They put the IV tube through this little dosing pump like this, and this has a little metered amount that it spins. It just has some little rollers that squeeze that tube on the inside, in between the inside and this clear outside shell of that, so that it can squirt a certain dose of like chlorine or whatever into the water. This one has some black tape on it. I'm willing to bet that this black tape isn't because it has a leak, but so that they could identify this for something. And then those hoses go over here, they go up through that wall yonder into the room where the chlorine is kept. And I don't think we're going to go into the chlorine room today. Over here we have a lot of power. It looks like there's an emergency stop switch over here. It just moved the wrong way, amigo. Hey, you with the face. Okay, so right there, that's an emergency stop switch. Goes to some controls. We have some wireway here, otherwise known as a gutter. Looks like, oh, I just touched it. Looks like it's got a little bit of rust contamination. This is the variable frequency drive that runs that pump motor, the main pump. Comes out of this panel. Yikes. Really nice. Okay. That doesn't look too bad, actually. And so I want you guys to get all of this stuff captured in your P&IDs. This is a transformer that's changing the voltage for that motor. I don't think that we'll have to have that. You can start your information. Oh, that transformer goes to this whole panel. You can start your information to where it goes into this VFD. All right? Pretty easy stuff. So, that's all I'm looking for. Good luck. Hold on tight and have fun.